Started. My name is David Rutz. Thank you for joining us. You're here a little early, which we appreciate. We will start promptly at 7:30. Okay, I see us. We're live now on YouTube. All right, McGuire. So let me just change the view since I'm the co-host. You know how it is. If we've got the gallery view on, then that's what goes over to YouTube. It's hard to
Sure.
see the slides and it's hard to see you as the speaker, etc. But folks, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you want to share, my name is David Rutz and this is McGuire Tate. McGuire is going to be your presenter tonight. I'll be doing part of it, of course, but I'm looking forward to seeing him share from his heart what this is all about. And hopefully you're new. And if you're not new, if you're new, first of all, welcome. Thank you for coming out to look at our broker overview. Um, we've got a great product for business owners, and that becomes a great brokerage opportunity for you. And if you are a broker already, as you know, this meeting tonight is for prospective brokers. So you still have time. You still have 4 minutes before we begin. If there's anybody you want to send a quick text to or invite that you think might be a great fit, who can help create an impact in their community with our business funding, please send them an invite. We need more brokers to make a bigger impact. McGuire, why don't you share a couple words and then we'll get started promptly on time. I'm just doing a little housekeeping
Sure
and I'll
thing.
get us going right at 7:30.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to thank everyone who was here, obviously, already a little bit early for being here. Really excited for tonight. Just kind of getting myself amped up, going through a couple mindset things before we hopped on. And I just kind of realized thinking back on, my journey with DAC, all the things that I've learned along the way, the relationships that I've been able to create. And there's just a lot of magic involved. So I love these business opportunity overviews because it really sets the scene for that and allows people to get a little bit of a glimpse of that magic and what we're doing daily. So very fired up, ready to get into it and tackle it and let everybody know what we got going on here.
All right. Love it. I really appreciate you doing this as well, McGuire. Um, some of you know this, some of you don't. McGuire is also my son. I married his mother when he was a little tyke, about 3 years old. And so we have a joint family. And in fact, you're coming up to town tomorrow or Thursday, right?
Okay.
You're flying
Yep.
into Michigan. Yeah. McGuire lives in Miami now. So you're flying up to Michigan, spending the weekend with us. Looking forward to seeing you.
Oh, I can't wait. And it's getting really hot down here, so I'm excited to come up there and get some average hot weather. Nothing crazy, just a nice summer day. So I'm of course excited to see you as well. For the record,
Absolutely. We
can't
got
be
2 more minutes, folks. I see Wade Cordell's on, our funding pro. Been with DAC 9 years. Love it. That's awesome, Wade. We're glad to have you. So proud of you. And we're obviously, all the brokers are blessed because of your behind the scenes expertise and what you do to help all the underwriting for all of our clients. And you're all going to hear an opportunity this evening where you can be a broker simply by referring. You don't have to become a financial expert because our internal team takes care of your clients for you. A lot of our brokers are focused on other products and services, but they service business owners. And I'm not going to do the whole presentation right now, but if you're here and you're a business broker today, B2B sales, you may market, chiropractic care equipment and you call in chiropractors every day. Well, maybe you don't want to take on becoming a financial expert. You don't have to. You just have to understand our funding enough to mention it to people that we can help when a bank can't. And then our internal team takes over taking care of your clients. So just for referring that person and representing us with integrity, you can earn a nice commission by making an impact. But we've got what do we got? Another minute before 7:30. We do like to start promptly. I see the numbers. You know what ends up happening is 30, 40% of the people come on right after we start. But go ahead in the chat bar, say where you're from. Douglas, Massachusetts, Leslie says. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was to me privately, Leslie. to the group. Miami, McGuire. Who else? I'm in Milford, Michigan. Well, we're in Highland, just outside Milford. We started this business right here. We got about another minute and we'll begin. We're already live over on YouTube. So I tell you what, I think it's time. What do you say, McGuire? Is it time?
I say the same as well.
All right, it's 7:30. So let me get started, folks. Um, It's what, June 17th, 2025. This is a live presentation. It's 7:30 sharp PM Eastern. So let's roll. Well, I want to welcome you. If you're brand new tonight, thank you. You're who this presentation is for. My name is David Rutz. I'm the founder of David Allen Capital, and I get to introduce tonight's speaker to you. And I'll be on to take questions at the end as well and talk about the comp plan a little bit, some starting steps for those who are interested. But I get to introduce McGuire Tate, who is living this business. He's out there living it, serving his community, helping businesses with our funding, talking to businesses every day, and also leading a broker agency, leading other brokers. And so, who better to present than someone who's out there living it every day? But before I get into him, before I hand it over to him, I should say, I just want to say this as the founder of the company. I started this company with an intention almost 10 years ago. In August, it'll be 10 years, with an intention to make a difference for business owners, to get them capital when they couldn't get it at their bank or couldn't wait for a bank approval. And that's alternative capital. You're going to hear tonight how 90% of the businesses can qualify for our funding and don't qualify for their bank funding. That's why I started this business. Number one. Number two was to create a great broker opportunity for people like yourself who, with integrity, would want to make an impact, who understand business owners are great people who are going for it. A lot of them have great businesses, but they need a little assistance with growth capital, or maybe they're in a tight pinch and they need some funding. So that's why this company was started, to help those businesses and also to provide a broker opportunity for you. But I will say this, you got to call on businesses. This is B2B marketing. So if someone is not willing to support business owners, or you're not comfortable talking to business owners, or you wouldn't go through the training to get comfortable, then obviously this isn't for you. Hopefully, whoever invited you out informed you what this is so that you can make that decision. But the fact that you're here, I assume you say, hey, of course, if you've got something that can help business owners, why wouldn't I share it with them? Why wouldn't I offer it with them? And if you really can take care of them, then I'm doing a service. That's who we're looking for. That's who tonight's presentation's for. We've funded thousands of businesses, hundreds of millions of dollars, paid out tens of millions in commissions. What we do works. But we're not for everybody, of course. So with that, McGuire is going to go through some slides with you that show you about our funding, our company. I'll go through some compensation, but you'll see where we fit. You see how big the marketplace is, how we fit right in the center of it, and how we're the leaders in it. So with that, I turn this over to Mr. McGuire Tate. He's been with us, as I said earlier, he's my son. And I married his mother when he was a little guy, 3 years old. And so I've known him since he was a little guy, and near and dear. Obviously, I love him dearly. And I'm so proud when he chose to be a broker with DAC, and now he's taking leadership roles and getting out there and helping to grow the business. So with that, I bring to the microphone here and to the stage Mr. McGuire Tate. How you doing, McGuire?
Doing phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and get this all set up here. All right, just give me a green light that we can see it.
You can, loud and clear, buddy. You look great.
Awesome. Thank you. And towards the end, you'll know when, but if you could cut it off for me, just because I'm having some trouble with the sharing. But
yep.
Well, welcome, guys. Just like David said, we both appreciate, everyone taking a little bit of time out of their night to be here with us. As he mentioned, I came on to DAC. Can't wait to get into this, but I will share that before coming with DAC, I was in B2B doing some health insurance, and I came over to DAC. I really just felt that there was a lot of magic and a lot of meaning here with what we're doing. Or what they were doing at the time. And I immediately jumped in and saw that, B2B, that's a great way to earn money and help people out there with certain things in certain industries. But what we're doing here, there's a massive market, a lot of people whose lives can be changed, not only with us as brokers, but business owners out there And that's really what tonight's all about, is we're looking for more business loan brokers. We really have a massive market that needs to be touched and helped. And we can only do so with more people who are ready to get out there and speak to business owners and honestly serve their needs and ideas that they have. So um, this is the opportunity. A business loan broker will be funding the front line of capitalism. What we do is we serve business owners in need. You can build an agency and you can get paid very well to do both. So we have a big opportunity to help these business owners. They need funding, they need to fuel their ideas. Most can't get approved at a bank, they are denied. We get them the fast funding, get paid very fast and very well to do it. You can, but don't have to. You can build an agency and earn on that as well. This is a nationwide impact, so we service all 50 states in the United States. You're not limited to just your home state. Why many people love this? Well, one, there's no license required. It's free to start. You earn daily commission payments. We have, like I said, our agency that you can build the overrides on that. And this is a home-based, flexible, scalable online opportunity. So we like to say you plus your agency equals a money machine. Well, what does that mean? Well, to give a quick example, if you help a business acquire $80,000 in funding, you earn about $3,200. But it goes a little bit further than that. So on some of your personal, one of your personal brokers goes out and does the same thing, you earn on their production. So you earn about $320 on their production. So how many brokers would you want in your agency if you choose to do so? 10, 50? I mean, you can see how those things start to add up. If you've got some agents out there or some personal brokers of yours doing the same thing you're doing, helping businesses. So what you actually do is you come across a business owner, a business that needs funding, you connect them to our online funding platform, and then our team goes out and does all the work, all the heavy lifting, helps them get their funding offers and go through the entire process, and they do a phenomenal job, and that I'll leave it at that because we'll touch on that later. But you earn on your own deals and your agency as well. So it's not just you, you have others out there that could be doing exactly what you're doing, leading them up along the way. Now, what we're doing is providing leverage, not debt. So you can obviously get an understanding leverage. Obviously, that helps a business to grow if they need capital to make those things happen. Debt, we all know what debt is. So we're really here to help businesses grow and get where they want to go. Sometimes capital is the way to make that happen. So we like to call these fuel plays. So the leverage is help fueling that business, fueling their ideas. So just to give some quick examples, if a business wants to open up new locations, they can take advantage of an inventory discount, update or add new equipment, give the store a facelift. If they need some crew, more crew for more jobs, or some new seating for more customers, or do they just need capital so they can say yes to more jobs? So that's an example of some fuel plays for businesses. Now, sometimes leverage isn't always for growth. So we call these rescue plays, as such as, business is going to get evicted. They need to pay the rent. Some equipment breaks down. They need to cover payroll. Certain things are out of stock, some tax issues, or they're just in a pinch and they really need some capital to keep the business flowing the way it does. But why business funding? Well, there's millions of businesses out there. That's what we do know. But what seems surprising to someone who may not know this is many can't get funding from their banks. So this is actually the most underserved market in America. There's 30 million small businesses out there, and majority of them are not bank eligible. So you can see some of these statistics here. A lot of businesses, unfortunately, go out of business. Now, you can be the difference between them growing or closing. That's a decision that a lot of business owners out there face. They have a position where they need to grow, or things may get tough and it's hard for them to keep that business open. So what was the number one reason for failure? Well, you can probably guess 82% said lack of access to working capital. So we would always assume, isn't that what the bank is for? They have money, they keep your money, they give loans, but 90% of businesses out there have a hard time getting approved at the bank. So there are a 10% amount of businesses out there who are qualified for the bank, have collateral to put up, such things like that. So it's great for about 10% of the top end businesses out there. But what about the 90% who are rejected? So let's look at why so many get rejected. Well, this is just giving the basic qualifications for traditional bank funding. So you must have collateral. That's a big thing. You might have to put up your house or the rest or the business building if you own that. 2 years of profitable business, which most aren't, 700 FICO score. The business plan has to be approved by that bank. Long, complex application process, couple weeks, couple months to get back and go through certain things. But we found that less than 1 million businesses, like I said, that 10% can qualify for this. So there's a solution. It's called alternative capital. And with this, there's absolutely no collateral required, which is one of the greatest things about it. And then they look for the last 3 months to be at 15,000 in revenue or higher, a 550 plus FICO score, which is a lot different than 700. And you can use the funds freely for whatever that business owner deems necessary for the business. Not a 1 to 3 month process, a simple 1 5-minute application. Then we go out and do the rest. And then we usually get those back within 1 business day, which is just absolutely amazing. What we found is that there's over 9 million businesses who qualify for this. And then there's also an extra 20 plus million who qualify for our instant gig funding, which is less than 15,000. So between about 3 to 15K in monthly sales. So this alternative capital industry, it's a $300 billion industry that most businesses out there don't even know exist. So in 2024, it was up 11% to about 284 billion. And the expectations for it by 2028 are expected to be around 378 billion. So our goal with DAC is just to capture 1% of this market, which is about 3 billion in funding. So if we do that, and when we do that, I like to say is we'll be paying out 210 million in broker commissions. So you can, do some math there. I mean, if you're one of our brokers and we're paying out that much in commissions, that's going to be a very, very lucrative opportunity for you. So the business funding, this is that business funding option that works for the other 90% of those businesses. So the problem with alternative lending is there's no one lender that's best for every business out there. So there's hundreds of providers in the alternative lending space, but there's about 20 of them that are truly great as far as just overall ratings and trustworthiness and the offers themselves and being widespread. So, but even amongst those best 20, which we partnered with over the last 10 years, there isn't one that's best for every business out there. Some look for certain industry types or might be into a certain industry at that time, but not a month later, or they're looking for certain monthly sales, time in business, credit scores, it goes on and on. So how did we solve this? Well, we launched the Bank Breezy funding platform where there's a simple, easy, like I mentioned, 5-minute application. Our team goes out and finds the best offers on funding for that specific business from the top 20 plus lenders who are competing to provide their best deal, knowing that they're not the only lender in the mix. And like I said, we come back within 1 business day with that best offer. You can see this little visual over here for each business. They're going to receive all different types of offers, but we let them know for your specific business at this time, this is the best offer. We have other offers for you as well, but they're able to see everything that's available for them with one simple application. It does not get much more stress-free for the business owner themselves. So they're happy. We're happy as a company and as brokers. Just an overall amazing process. So like I said, simple and convenient solution for that unbankable 90% out there. So what kind of offers do they get? Just to kind of go through this pretty quickly. We have our core rate, which is our top end preferred funding product. Now it's a little bit higher of qualifications to meet, being that this is our preferred highest rate of funding, but we're gonna look for at least 2 years in business, 15,000 or higher in monthly sales, and a 685 plus FICO score. So with this criteria being met, the approval offers range anywhere from 1 to 2 times what they're doing in revenue per month. So if they're doing, you got a restaurant doing 100,000 a month, they can expect with these qualifications met about 100 to 200,000 in funding. Now the rates on this funding with the preferred funding is anywhere from 1.15 to 1.25 of that funded amount. So on the same example, 100 grand, you're going to pay back as a business owner 115 to 125. Now this is the top end, the top of the line, best rates and terms in the alternative funding space. But we have other options as well. We always try to get them that core rate first, but if they don't qualify, if one of these doesn't meet the bar at the time, we'll move over to our flex rate offers to find the best available option for their business. So with flex rate, it's the best marketplace offers that we have available for them. The qualifications are slightly different. We're gonna look for 6 months in business, 15,000 or higher in monthly sales, same, and then 550 or higher FICO score. So this is gonna lead to half to one times their monthly revenue. So on a $20,000 example, business is doing 20,000 a month. They can expect anywhere from 10 to 20,000 for the funding offer, and then the cost of it will be anywhere from 1.26 to 1.5. So on an example. I have my screen over here, but you can read that. It's covering that for me. So if the benefits outweigh the costs, then proceed. We love to have this conversation with them because it's one of the most important things when securing this funding. So we don't determine the cost of the funds, but we do guarantee the best offer for that business. So if a client out there finds a better offer in this funding space, we'll actually pay them a $500 Visa gift card. But we've had this around since DAC was born almost 10 years ago. We've yet to use it, so we pride ourselves, and I know Wade pats himself on the back, that we always find that best deal for that business owner. But we do have this in place for the day that someone may find that deal. It hasn't happened yet, so I'm going to stay with statistics, being that it probably won't happen, but that's why it's in place, because we really can guarantee that best offer. So a little bit about DAC as a company. As you can see up in the top right, we have a 4.6 on Trustpilot, which is steadily going up, but it's already excellent. As you can see, we're a nationwide business based out of Michigan, 9 years strong. We're actually going on 10 years here in August. Financially stable, profitable every year. We have a great experienced leadership team with the founder, David Rutz, who you guys just met, has over 30 years of proven success helping people start their own agencies. And then a corporate team with over 100 years. I believe if we added it up, I think it's over 200 and something years. So just a very amazing team with a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience. And since we've launched Bank Breezy, we've serviced over 300,000 businesses with business funding. So we're not new to this. We have a system that's great. It's been rocking. It's been serving. We just need more brokers to spread the word and do the word of mouth service for us. But our opportunity impact goal that we have is to reach 100,000 active brokers. We feel like if we can get to this spot, then we'll be on our way and very, very close to touching that 1% of the market, and then on and then on. So this market that we have, it's really screaming, and the timing for it is perfect. So to give some examples, with real estate, I love the real estate industry. It's a great industry. I got a lot of people that I know who are making very decent money in that industry and loving what they do. But to give you an example on the market, last year there was just about 4.74 million homes sold and 3 million active real estate agents. So if we do the math on that, if every agent was, producing equally, that'd be one agent for every 1.5 homes sold. So it's still a great opportunity, but you could see that market is very saturated. There's a lot of agents, not as many homes being sold. But like I mentioned earlier, there's 9 million businesses that we know of out there. Could be more, but 9 million businesses and not even 100,000 active funding brokers. So that would be, if there was, one broker for every 90 businesses needed. So you can see there's a big difference there. We've got a market that absolutely needs us. And like I mentioned at that bottom part, there's another 20 million for the smaller funding that we have. So there's just a massive market, a lot of people that could use us at DAC. So this is an example of the pages for you to supply to those businesses. So you'll see they come here. You got the handsome founder over there, has a short video explaining some of our funding and some of the criteria with it. We also have some info pages for them to read up on the funding, so you can just refer them here. They can spend some time going through all the qualifications, tells them how to apply, what we're looking for. And then we have our FAQs, and we also, this is actually the beginning of our application here, so this is what it'll look like for the business owner. But we also supply you with your social squares for your social media, whether it's promoting the funding, marketing the business funding, and so forth. We have a bunch of material. It's absolutely amazing. But this business success obviously starts with you. You're the one that's going to be helping the business owners grow, and you just happen to get paid fast with big bonuses as well. So we serve clients in some other ways as well. We're in merchant processing, which is essentially erasing the credit card fees with dual pricing for that business. So it helps them retain a little bit more of their profits at the end of the month, every month. And we also have our health share, which is similar to regular healthcare, except it saves about 60 to 80%. But very similar, just You got to be a little bit qualified health-wise to get onto it, but it's a great plan. The founder, David Rutz, actually has this for our family and decided it was so great that we should bring it on to DAC for others as well. And then, like I mentioned, we had our instant gig funding, which is anywhere from about 3K to up to 15K. This is for small side hustles, solopreneurs, things like that. So we actually service them as well, not just the big businesses. But our main focus, our bread and butter, is our business funding. 9 million business out there, built for the business owners doing 15K and up a month. Massive market, massive need. And that's why we're here to promote this to you guys. All right. You could take me down.
I already did.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
folks, I appreciate McGuire. Great job, my friend.
Thank you.
Great job sharing. You get a lot of information covered, and I'm sure all the viewers can see the value in the marketplace. And I'm going to take over for Comp Plan.
Yes, sir.
Sharing the slides on pay plan right now. So I'll do that in 1 minute. I just wanted to say, guys, hopefully you can see, and if not, obviously it's a good time for you to leave. Hopefully you can see that if all those millions of business owners can't get funding, and there's 20 million of them, and we fund the top 9 million the most. And if they can't get funding at their bank, yet they have the growth opportunities and you can help them with a best offer guarantee, that's a pretty sound opportunity. Now, whether or not you want to take advantage of it is up to you. But we need more brokers who want to take advantage of it. Now, we've got thousands of brokers already, but when we hit that 100,000 goal, that's when we think we start hitting our stride, right? And we've got some work to do to get there. But for those of you who want to earn money, uh, making an impact, sharing this, I want to share with you. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go through some compensation slides with you quickly. And McGuire, can you tell me you see that agency compensation?
Good to go.
Okay, beautiful. This is what it boils down to. Every funding equals fast income to you. What the way it is we give you 40 to 80% of what we earn on it. It's called bonus revenue. So on that core rate product McGuire talked about, you'll make on average about 1 to 3%, right? So you help someone get 200,000, let's say you made 2%, you make $4,000 paid within a week generally. Now that's our core rate product. Our flex rate, for those who aren't qualified for core rate, we get them the best offer, it's going to have a higher payout because we earn a little bit more. They charge more and pay us more. Your payout's going to be on average 2 to 5%, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. But let's say you help a business get 50 grand, and let's say you average 3%, you'd make $1,500. So it's a range, but you get 40 to 80% of the bonus revenue. Our team does the heavy lifting. You refer the client, right? That's how it works. Really simple. We have the residual income as well. Residual income, we call that quiet money because it comes in month after month after month once you get a customer. You help someone get a payment processing, you get up to 50%. Let's say they're doing $100,000 a month in payment processing. You're going to make about $3,000 a year for referring that client, okay, every year. So between the two, the bonuses now and the residuals later, your personal production income can be quite large and it adds up fast. All right. We've got people make significant income sharing this funding. But your income isn't limited to you, as McGuire said earlier. You can, just like every other brokerage and agency out there, you can refer other brokers. We call that agency expansion. And DAC will pay you 10 to 50% of their income. It's called personal broker income match. So as an example, let's say you help this broker get started. This broker helps that amazing business there get 100 grand. And let's say it's 8,000 bonus revenue. That business owner is ecstatic. They got 100 grand. That broker you referred is ecstatic. They made $3,200 within a week, right? Well, you're the broker who referred them. So you make 10 to 50%. On the minimum, it's 10%. So DAC pays you $320. So the bottom line is you can earn overrides on any broker you refer and mentor and help. They're getting significant commissions. You're getting significant enroller overrides. And it can be higher, up to 50%. If you're getting customers yourself, you earn more on your personally enrolled agents. So think of it like getting paid on all your broker sales for life because you do. So create an ongoing income with your personally enrolled brokers. Let's say this is your agency here, and those are all brokers you referred. And let's say those are their annual incomes. No one's, I mean, some people are making some good money. Houston we got a problem. There's no income in Houston there. Well, everyone else, that's their annual income. Let's say you make 10% minimum, because that is what you make minimum. On every one of those people, you're making a little overrides annually. 3,000 on that one, 4,000 on that one, 14 on that one, and all these add up. It can be quite significant. This total 60 grand basically is what you made here. So your team, if they made 600,000, what if you're at 50%? That same team becomes 5 times the income. So all this is designed to show you is these are like investment properties that you have. Every broker you refer is someone you help them win. If they generate revenue, you get to generate revenue on their success. And the amount you earn on their success is based on whether you're actively getting customers or not. If you are, you make 50%. And it can multiply from there. Why? Because your brokers have the ability to build a brokerage as well and develop their own agency, which becomes potentially a nationwide agency for you, and you can earn overrides on all of their brokers. So it's not just the brokers you refer, it's the ones they refer. When any of them earn a check, you can earn an override check. Now, you have to attain leadership levels to do this, but as you're building a team based on your team's production, you earn leadership levels, right? And you get leadership overrides. It can be quite significant. So it stacks up. Personal commissions, that's our bread and butter. You control that, referring the funding. Agency enroller bonuses, people you've personally enrolled as brokers, and nationwide override network. You can see how this can add up on your personal production, your broker development, and your ever expanding agency. So all this is great, but some of you don't have experience or don't have experience with us. If you don't have experience with us, you got to learn our systems. But if you don't have experience at all calling on businesses, then obviously you want trainings. We give you a step-by-step plan, complimentary. Not only that, a back office where you can see all your deals and your team, a training system where you can get certified, promo tools to share, social posts, and that funding platform for Bank Breezy. Other businesses need to pay over 30 grand to have access to that every year. To have access to it, you get it complimentary, and all these other services are free to you as brokers as well. We give you support, broker support, community on Facebook, live daily coaching calls, real agent support, broker support network, where you can call and talk to our broker support or email them. And here's the key. The leadership only earns when you earn. So you're never flying blind, you're never alone. And the cool thing is DAC doesn't earn on you until you earn as well. So we're just a better way to serve. You have no fees, no risk, no fine print. Fast commissions are possible, and we don't win unless you win. Your leadership doesn't win unless you win. So we come alongside you. So you can scale this from anywhere. It's got a massive need, 9 million businesses, small business solution, proven platform, and experts to support your team. Not only that, you can get paid fast, you can get paid monthly, you can get paid on your team, and you can not only build a team, but you're not alone and they're not alone. So if you follow our system and can talk to business owners, this works. Again, we've already funded thousands of businesses, and we've taken away all your barriers because you can start part-time. You don't need a license. There's no investment required, and you can work from anywhere. You can literally launch in an hour. So this was just a broker overview. It's for you to decide, are you in, are you out, or are you curious, right? Well, as I said before, this works. If you're a one and it's not for you, we understand. We'd rather you know that now than you putting in time and us putting in time into you, right? So if you're not feeling it, like, man, I could really see how this could work for a lot of people, and I'd want to help some businesses get that growth capital, then you're a one, right? That's okay. But if you're like, hey, I see how this could help, and I'd love to. It's like giving a life jacket to someone who's going water skiing, just in case. It's nice to have, or if they're flailing in the arms, you want to throw them a life ring, right? That's what this funding can be. It's a rescue play or a fuel play. We've got them both covered. If you're like, man, I relate to that. Well, then you're in. Go with your gut. It's pretty simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through what we call 4 steps of getting started. And if you're one, it's a good time to leave. But for 2s and 3s, I'm assuming you're ready to roll. So this will take 2 minutes, literally. Get started. That's step 1. It's 100% on us, complimentary. Whoever invited you is going to give you their link. You need an invitation code, they'll give it to you. You're going to get a welcome email. Read it, pay attention to it. It's critical. It's got all your links for sharing, your replicated websites, your training links, all of it's in your welcome email. That's kind of your keys to your kingdom. Step two is get trained. Watch videos 1 and 2 right away. That'll unlock then the private game plan. So watch those, they're in your resource center. Then step 3 is get going. Share our services with business owners, which via your links, of course, because you're going to get your own website links, as McGuire shared. So just get going and share it with people once you're trained, not prior to being trained. And then step 4 is get yourself positioned. We want you to know coming in, there's something called Amped Up. And Amped Up just gives you a lot more compensation on your team and personal bonuses as well. And that's once you've got your first client. So we want to help you get your first client right away. And of course, only after you've been trained and feel fully comfortable in what we're doing. So with that, I'll just end by saying this. We also want you to choose your path because we see there's 3 opportunities in our business, really. One is a solo broker where you earn from personal efforts. We're all solo brokers, but are we also broker enrollers? If we're going to build a team, then earn and mentor them, then we also want to be a broker enroller. And others say, Dave, hey, I'm all about this. I can see myself opening cities. I see myself expanding. I know leaders in all over the country who would eat this up. Can I build out of my state? Yeah. Can I refer others? Yeah. Can I help them multiply their network? Absolutely. That's an agency uh, developer, right? A market leader. So which path fits you best? There's no right or wrong. It doesn't cost you money ever. We won't ask you for a credit card, never have in 10 years. So this is a free model. We win when you win and no other way. This Thursday, we're going to do another presentation at the same time with Wade Cordell and Nicholas DeHame. So you want to, based on your relationship alone, you probably know 1 or 2 people that you could refer and have them watch that live and ask questions. But in closing, you saw the presentation. You saw that funding is needed in the marketplace, 300 billion and growing. We're the market leaders in it, and we're not even at 1% yet. There's not even 100,000 brokers in our entire industry yet. We want to get to 100,000 in the next 3 to 4 years. We need some people to help lead and override those brokers. And if you look at real estate networks like Century 21 or Real Estate One or EXP, some of them have thousands of agents and they earn and make a little bit off homes sold all over the world, right? We're doing the same thing here. You can build a network. You never have to. Solo brokers, fine. But we're looking for people who want to take that next level and also people who just want to refer a client now and then. We want to know where you stand. So McGuire, you did a great job setting the table for where we fit in the marketplace, why the Bank Breezy funding platform is so critical. And I showed the pay is very strong and the training and support is strong. But in the end, it comes down to how you feel. You're still here, so we think you're ready to roll. So join, get started. Get started. Get with the person who referred you. They'll give you a link. You could be in, trained, and already sharing things by tomorrow. 90 minutes of training. That's it. 2 hours of training. And then you'll be ready to roll. 2 hours of training and you're ready to roll. Because all you're doing is referring clients who fit a certain mold. We teach you what that mold is and how to talk to clients. So with that, we're here live. So I'm going to bring McGuire back on screen. For anyone who's brand new here today and you have a question for McGuire, or you have a question for me, brand new, we'd love to hear your questions. That's why we do these live. This is also recorded on our website. But if there's anyone who's got any questions, it's a good time to share. And if not, if there's anyone who's got a comment, any of our brokers have a comment they want to make, or McGuire, you want to share anything in closing here?
I think I said it best in the beginning. Obviously every business out there, believes that they're filling a niche, but I feel that it's extra special with us, seeing that magic just be, given and presented to the business owners and our community. All in all, there's just a lot of great energy, a lot of great people. So I enjoy every day of every week. It never gets old, never gets boring, and it just continues and continues to grow and get better. So I think Wade,
All right.
see him with his hand up, you probably think the same thing, my friend.
Yeah, all I wanted to say, guys, is that what excites me more than anything about this company is the fact that I'm in the funding division, so I get to see a lot. And when this week I got to see two clients so far, and today's Tuesday, that have come back for the fourth or fifth time and got 50,000, 95,000, and it's so easy, and so they're just they're telling everybody about it. You need to hop on board, guys, if you're interested. But this is for the elite, the ones that are wanting to help small business people, and in turn, you get paid very well for doing it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Anyone else have a comment or question they want to make before we bring this home? While we're waiting, I'll
I
just
have a
say,
question.
yeah, go ahead. Quamina, is that right?
Quamina.
Quamena. All right. Sorry about that, Quamena.
Yes,
What
it's
you got
perfect.
for us?
Yeah, I have a friend, he's a small business owner, and he was asking me, he was saying he is looking for medical, dental, and vision insurance to provide to his employees. And I wasn't sure if the DAC provide that. And I gave him the link to the healthcare so he could look through it. Well, I would like to know because, I work for Primerica as well, and, we don't sell health insurance, so if any of my customers want health insurance, I would like to, refer them to my own link at DSC.
Sure. I'll take this one, McGuire. We don't have health insurance. Health insurance, you must be licensed to sell. Our healthcare product is a health sharing product where we can get paid to refer it. It's what I'm on. It works like health insurance for me. I pay a certain uh, monthly amount. It's not called a premium, it's a membership cost. And then I have a deductible. It's called a sharing cost. And then it's kind of like a credit union to a bank. It does all the same thing, but it's a credit union, not a bank. Health sharing works like insurance, but it's not insurance, it's health sharing. You can't get it if you have pre-existing conditions, so it's not good for most employers because some of their employees usually have pre-existing condition, but it's work perfect for me and anyone on our team, anyone in our corporation who's getting coverage from us has our coverage because none of them had pre-existing conditions. And so we do have it. It's not our lead product. To be frank with you, they should go to the DAC healthcare page, check it out. We are a funding company primarily, but this was a great product, so we decided to refer it to others. Great question, though. And I just
Thank
wanted
you.
to say thank you, buddy. I just wanted to say while we're waiting for any other questions or comments that may come in, I just want to say Thursday night, Nick DeHame and Wade Cordell are going to be doing this presentation, and it's going to be off the hook. And to have our funding underwriter, Wade, who just spoke, doing part of it, and Nick, who's banging this business out of the park from South America. Argentina, he lives in. He's from New Jersey, but he moved to Argentina. He's been living down there, working all this through internet and phone, and he's doing very well. And so, two guys who are going to be doing the presentation Thursday, you definitely want to have some guests on. I see someone else got their hand.
Before we go to the hand raise, I just had a couple in the chat, so I want to just knock these out really quick. Larry asked, do cannabis businesses qualify? Larry, there's only a few industries that we don't touch, or I should say our lenders don't fund, and that is one, cannabis, and then two, anything involving the adult industry. So I don't know if there's more, but those are the two that I know off the top of my head. We just don't operate in those spaces. And then we had another question from Tom. He said, when a client comes back, so that would be a renewal funding, are the same commissions paid out? So you want to take that, or
Yeah, the whatever we get paid, we pay the same percentage out. Some of our providers have a lower renewal commission they pay us. So if they take a point or two off what they pay us, the bonus revenue that we pay out on is lowered a little bit. Some of them have their own renewal teams who land that for us. We don't have to do anything, but they charge a little bit for that. Others, it's not. So it's whatever we get paid, you get your percentage on. Sometimes the renewal is lower, but it's very much it's maybe 10% less, 20% less. It's not worse. And usually it's the same. Great question.
then I just
Hey,
had
David.
one in the chat. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Um, just wanted to say thank you for what you do. I've got a great mentor that I met with today. She lives about a about half hour from me. Y'all know Cheryl. Uh,
Cheryl PQ.
Cheryl, yeah, she's my mentor, and I'm telling you, she's a great lady. I mean, and she's taught me a lot of things in the past month that I've been with her, and I am starting to. You're gonna see my name coming up very quickly.
All right. Well, I already
You
see it
really
now,
are.
Lance.
Huh?
And by the way, Cheryl, congratulations if you're on. I saw you had a nice client apply for funding today and near
Yep.
the close of day. But yeah, congratulations on that. Thanks, Lance, for the kind words.
See you, Lance.
Cheryl,
Okay.
and for
Thank you so
speaking up.
much again, guys. You're really great.
God bless
Thank
you. Thank you,
you.
buddy.
Bless you
Before we
too.
jump over to Jeff, I just wanted to touch this as the chat keeps filling. I don't want to lose it. But Carol said, I have very precise questions about marketing and websites. Who can I reach out to personally that has a vast background? Um, I'm not sure if maybe that would be a support thing, but
I'd say send it to support, Cheryl, but in worst case,
Carol, sorry.
the support department wants to, they'll bring in Tyler or someone else on our team. But we want to see it because sometimes we already have documents that we can send you, or so it depends on what you mean by precise questions. But send them off to support, and support will get them in front of the right people.
Alrighty, Jeff, you were first. You can go ahead and looks like you're already unmuted. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Hey, thanks, guys. Great job. Can't wait to do the training. First time on this presentation. Is everything sticky? So if I do have a client, you guys go ahead and fund them, and then they come back for refunding. Everything stays, obviously, to me, I would assume. Correct.
Yep, I'll take this.
Are you,
Yep.
as far as funding, do you have any other funding like that no interest credit cards too, or do you have a whole suite of different funding besides just your your marquee one, and then the alternatives? Do you have SBA loaning also, or what's your menu of
Mhm.
150? I think I saw 150 different lenders, but that must be
Yeah.
inclusive
Yeah,
of
I'll run
every
down the
type.
list real quick for you. So to answer your first question, we have a system that tracks everything, so you never have to worry about that. If one of your clients comes back, we have a system that tracks the originated broker attached to it. So anytime that client comes back, there's no other person attached to it besides you, if you're the broker on that. So you never have to worry about that. That's always going to be attached. That's your client for life. And then to answer your second question, we have our funding. The only other, I guess, funding type of product would be our line of credit that we offer. It is a little bit higher to be qualified for that, but we do offer line of credit as well. Nothing in the SBA. We're not really in that space, but like I said, we do have our line of credit. It's I would say it leans more towards the preferred core rate type of client. Would you say the same, David?
Yeah, I would great answers, McGuire. I would only add back to the first question, but well, I'll end on the funding first. We stayed out of everything else. We did try some SBA stuff. We tried some, and there's some great programs out there. But we decided for us to grow the way we wanted to and make the impact we wanted to. We want to be the leader in this alternative funding space. And if someone can get SBA, there's other companies out there will do it for them. Government bank backed, it's not our thing. We're staying away from it on purpose. So we are the ones, if they need funding this week, they want growth capital now. They don't want to wait the 2 months for SBA or a month and hope to get approved from the bank. They're not bank eligible. That's our strike zone, and we're the best at it. And that's the biggest industry. That's the biggest. Most aren't eligible for SBA, just like they're not eligible for bank, but they are with us. So to answer your question, we stay right where we are. There's other companies you can find for that. As far as the stickiness, we put a cookie on their computer, meaning when they come to your replicated website for the next 30 days, even if they don't apply then, if they apply later, you even get credit, unless they clear that by going to someone else's site, right? So, but once they apply, as McGuire said, they go in our CRM, your ID number is attached to them when they get a renewal. Here's the only time you could lose a customer. And I just want to say this because it's in our policies and procedures. If you got a client 2 years ago, let's say, and they've paid off their advance already, and you haven't talked to them, and I don't know where you are, you're doing your thing, and someone else happens to stumble into their store and say, hey, have you ever heard of business funding, David Allen Cap? And they apply with them, they become that agent or that broker's customer now because they're no longer using you, and they weren't through our efforts because we're dripping on them every day. We email them almost once a week, communicating with them, or once a month. We don't over communicate. And you're the agent of record. If we get them to move forward, you're the broker who gets credit. But if you're not talking to them and they didn't respond to our stuff and someone else happened to meet them, just like if you happen to meet someone in your town and they had a business funding with DAC 3 years ago, you can get them as a customer if that broker is no longer working with them and isn't keeping them happy. So there's not a guaranteed protection, but we've never lost a customer. We've never had someone lose a customer to another broker yet, but we do put in our policies and procedures you could. And you would certainly go to us. Hopefully that
Right.
answers your question in a long way.
It did. And
Very
just
good.
one last follow-up on that. Do you guys offer, while you're chatting with them, if they qualify for like the health care or any other stuff? So that's all done. We just set the appointment, and then you determine whether they have a need for the other services? Or do we
Yeah,
have to revisit that?
Yeah, we lead with one product, the product they applied for, of course. But once they're a customer, now we start, and even if they don't take the funding or don't get approved, they're on our list now. We will reach out to them periodically and try to give them value, business education, other things. And we'll mention, oh, by the way, healthcare, or oh, by the way, payment processing. So we do market, but we do it in a way that does not turn people off. If you asked our business funding clients, they get a welcome video when they get funded, and that welcome video is from me just congratulating them and thanking them for being a business owner. I love business owners. That's why I started the company, to help them. So I tell them that. And I say, by the way, if you want to see what you can do to save money, we can look at your processing. And I don't pitch the healthcare. I don't pitch the processing. I just say we can save you there and we'll help you with that, knowing that in the future we're going to email them as well. But yeah, you're the agent of record or broker of record on anything they choose to do from any of our marketing. You're hard coded into the link.
And then just the last thing, Jeff, I know you mentioned, do you guys have 150 lenders? I know I went to that slide slightly fast, but that slide just started with saying that there are hundreds of alternative lenders out there, but we've partnered with, I don't know what the exact number is, but I know it's about between 20 and 30, right? Correct?
Yeah, we partner with the top 20. We've partnered with almost 50 probably in our history, but we have the top 20 that we use. And I'd say it's probably 10 to 12 that we use most often. There's rarity that we'll have to go to those other 8 unless it's a unique need. And you mentioned cannabis, McGuire. That's interesting to me. I'm going to have to verify what you said because maybe Wade's told you that offline. But we've done cannabis businesses in the past. I know we can't for payment processing. So I don't know if Wade's still on, if he can give you, maybe he gave you that answer and I just wasn't privy to it. But I thought we could do cannabis. So maybe that, I know we can't in payment processing. Wade, you with us? That you can give us in the chat? And then we got one other. You want to take, is it Ray Perez? Is that right, McGuire?
Yep, I think Wade had to head out. So
okay.
If you want to email support on that question, I believe so. I could be wrong. Maybe it has changed, but that's
no, if you were told that, then that's probably I would say that's accurate.
Okay.
Yeah, I know we can't have payment processing. I know we've done them in the past, but industry, things change.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, Ray.
Hi, gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me this question. So I was looking at you. So you said that if you offer a loan for 100,000, the repayment was on your core one 115. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So that's an effective rate of 15%, correct?
No, it's 15% of what you got, but it depends on the reason we don't use rates, Ray. Is that an annual? Is that a APR? Is it compounded monthly? There's so much mirrors and smoke on rates. We talk dollars. It's costing you 15 grand. We're getting you 100. It's costing you 15. Is it worth it? It doesn't matter the rate. It's 15,000 because I could call it 1% compounded every day for 6 months and it'd still be 15 grand, but it's 1% only. So there's so much smoke and mirrors. We just because business owners have to decide over the phone like this. They make a decision for 300,000, 200,000, 20,000 over the phone. We say, Ray, you've been approved for 50,000. You have to pay back 62,500. Is it worth it for you? Do you have enough value in this money that you're going to out earn that 12,500 in interest? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to open another location. Okay, then let's roll. It doesn't matter the interest rate, right? Like a bank will tell you it's 12% interest, but you know what 12% interest is in 5 years? 1.34. You get 100 grand, you're paying back 134, but it's 12%. So you probably understand interest because you asked it. But I just wanted to be clear because there's a lot of people who it's 15%. No, it's not, because what if it's only a 6-month loan? Then it's, so it's 15,000 is what, hopefully that answered your question, Ray.
Yeah. Okay. A direct cost. Okay. So
Yes,
also,
direct cost.
I imagine that, sometimes you have some borrowers that may have some issues paying back. Do you have workout procedures?
Mhm. Yeah.
We
I'll
do.
take this one, McGuire.
Go
I'll
ahead.
take it because this is near and dear to me, and then I'm trying to stay out of your way. I tell you what, you take it. Take it, buddy.
I will just say yes. Every time a client with us gets funded, we do let them know that we work for them, not the lenders. So if they ever have an issue at all throughout the process, we encourage them to get in contact with the lenders, because they do accommodate for any sort of stoppage, change in revenue, anything that happens with the business. So it's very important that if anything does happen, all they need to do is communicate with our lenders, because they're more than happy to accommodate with any changes. They just prefer that they, communicate with them and let them know exactly what's going on.
Okay, fair enough, gentlemen. I just want to let you know that I'm asking these questions because I'm in New York City and small businesses here fail all the time. There is a dire need for, I'm in the banking industry, so there is a dire need for, capital among small businesses, and it's just, there's a desperation out there, and I just, want to make sure that, if any issues do arrive, that, they're supported. That's all.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. I had a client, Ray, who the hurricane took out their business in Florida.
Okay.
They couldn't do sales. And right now the repayment is on hold.
Okay.
That same person would be losing their house if it was a mortgage, because it's been 9 months, 8, 9 months, right? Now, it doesn't mean in every case they'll do that, but there's, even in most of the agreements, it says this is based on your current sales. If your sales should dip, let us know, because if your sales dip, we gave you a payment you could afford on your current sales. If your sales dip, then it's going to be hard to afford this payment. Let us know, and we can make adjustments. Now, it's not just, oh, okay, we'll adjust it down, and there's they got to see the bank statements. You've got a gracious lender who understands it's going to cost them more in court to try to get that 30 grand than to just modify the payments for 3 months or 2 months. So they help out, but that doesn't mean you're not liable. You, as a business owner, you're liable.
Of
You're on
course.
the hook, but that you've got a business partner. All the lenders we use are part of the group that isn't trying to take someone's head off, right? In the banking world, they call it take their head off, right? Trying to take home from them. We don't. They're none of our providers are like that. They want to get paid, but they'll also be patient.
Okay. Thank you
when
it makes sense.
Thank you for your responses, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank
you, Ray. I'm actually going to be in New York in a couple of weeks, so I'll be out there loving it. I've only been there once before, but I'm eager to get out there again. So
I hope I get to meet you in person with Lois.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely I'll be in the mix of the business. So shoot me a message or an email. I'll be walking around. So appreciate the questions.
Any other questions or comments from anybody?
I had one in the chat. Larry just asked, are there any categories of businesses that are considered the sweet spot? I will answer with yes. We have everything in our training as far as the businesses that are serviced the most with business funding, but there's a lot of industries out there that we service. And we, encourage people all the time. If you have a certain industry that calls to you in specific, if you're a snowboarder, skier, and you want to do ski lodges, or, with myself, I handle a lot of landscaping, builders, doers, movers. So if you have an industry that calls to you and it's a part of that list, I would say make that your thing, but there's a lot of different business types out there that need our funding, and everything's in our training to help move you along in that direction. So your answer is yes, and dacrc.com has all of the material for you. And then I had one more, if maybe you could.
I just want to add one more thought to that. If you understand our funding is based on revenue, everybody, any business that's producing regular deposits of revenue, like a retailer, a party store, a restaurant, they have deposits going every day because they take credit cards every day. Anyone who's got a frequency of deposits that's high, they're perfect. They're perfect because they're low risk, because we expect that revenue to continue. If someone's only getting 1 or 2 deposits a month, that's scary. What if those go away? So look at frequency of deposits and a lot of revenue consistency. Those are perfect. We can help the others, but those are our sweet spot.
Yep. And then before we go to Brian, real quick, I got a question for Daryl. If you want to hop out or pop out on our went tomorrow at 11:30 a.m., that'd be a great question for Wade Cordell. He had to head out a couple minutes ago, but I would say jump on tomorrow morning at 11:30. That'd be a great question, and he can go into that in depth for you. And then Jeff, just really quick, we have our gig funding that goes from 3,000 up to about 15,000, and then we service on our bigger fundings all the way up to 2 million. So that's the range for our funding. But it is in the training, so I know you're going to get into that. So you'll get all of that more in depth. And then Brian, you can go ahead and unmute, my man.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
Great. Great presentation, both of you. I'm going to start this by first thanking Sharon and Morgan a couple of weeks ago during our pre-Friday call. I said I'm going out to California, and I asked them how many drop cards do you think I should take with me? And I think Morgan, both of them, they pretty much figured I should take 100 with me. Well, I think I have about 50 left, and I still have the better part of another week to go. And I say that because first, your mother, Sharon, David's mother, I should say, she helped me re-sign a client up who apparently had been lost in the system, and he was trying to get in. But Sharon knocked it out in, I'm going to say about less than 5 minutes. Now, today, I was just minding my own business, walking down the street, and I saw this construction landscaper guy. He was toiling. So I stopped and I said, hey, must be pretty tough running a business like this. You're doing a lot of the work and you've got things all over the place. And he goes,
Brian,
yes.
Buddy, we're hearing you, but it's taking everything we can to hear you. Is there any way you can get closer to the phone or a better connection?
Is that better?
Not really.
No, maybe.
Well, keep trying. We'll listen, but just know that it's really hard to hear you.
Good enough. I'll make this quick. I ran into this landscaper today, and I asked him, what about his other crew members? He said he doesn't have the money to hire a crew, so I introduced myself as the local business broker, and I said, if you're ever looking for money, here's my card, and let's sit down for a cup of coffee. He said, great. And, he wants to be with somebody face to face. I go into a store. I see another group of construction folks. And I introduce myself and I said, hey, would it be okay if I give you my card? So we can sit down and talk about money if you're ever interested. This is a real easy business to do if you're out looking for it. That's where this comes down to, what it comes down to.
Amen. And it helps having that card, doesn't it? He's talking about these cards here. These cards here is what he's talking about. These drop cards.
Yep. Yes.
And when you got these, it's a leave behind. It's got some stuff on the front, and I'll cover my information on the back, but it's got stuff on the back, as well. Tell you all about the funding that McGuire just went over. Good stuff, Brian. Thanks for the testimonial, my friend.
Thank you.
problem.
And I know we had a couple people in the chat just saying they need help with getting started with Danielle, and then I believe let's see, I think Daryl. So Danielle and Daryl, if you guys received an email about the meeting tonight, just respond to that email. They'll be the ones to help you get set up. And then if you didn't receive an email, which you had to receive the link to the meeting tonight, but if not, just send an email over to support, which is Sharon and Morgan, and they can track your upline and make sure we got you all set up. So I hope that answers that for you guys.
And once you join, you'll get a welcome email that gives you starting steps. So we assume everybody is enrolled by us as corporate. And so we give you all the systems you need to learn, even if the person who enrolled you is not real active. Now, obviously, hopefully they're active, but you get everything you need through the step-by-step system.
That's all I got in the chat, and I don't see.
You got muted, buddy. Okay, well then, guys, for professionalism, I think we've got everything answered. So we don't want to take any more of your time. We want to be here to give you our time, but we don't want to take any of yours if you don't have any questions for us. So I'm going to turn it over to you, McGuire, to just bring us home.
Absolutely.
Thanks everyone for attending.
Yes. So, like we mentioned, if you're brand new with us, reach out to the person that brought you here and invited you tonight. Get started, get rolling. It's as simple as we said it is. And there's a massive market that needs to be served, and that's what we do. And you'll see that, once you get rolling and get started, those first conversations and those first fundings, it just kicks everything off in an amazing way. And not only do we get paid to do so, but it just feels great. To do so as well. So tomorrow morning, 11:30 a.m., we've got Wade Cordell, our senior funding officer, is going to be doing our training tomorrow morning on business funding. And then Thursday, Nick DeHame and Wade are going to be here for the business opportunity at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure between now and then, just based off your relationship alone, start brainstorming some people that this could be a game changer for them, because it really is. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here tonight. So God bless everyone. Thank you guys again for taking a little chunk out of your Tuesday night. But I promise you guys, everything we do, it's worth it. And that's why we're here. That's why we're doing what we're doing. God bless everybody. Take care.